Well, my friends, owners of professional hockey teams have been sticking up city councils and provincial and state governments for many years. And sometimes the politicians take the bait, and sometimes they stand up for the people that put them there to represent them. And I'm pleased to say that I'm here to stand up for the taxpayers and the voters who pay their taxes not for billionaires, but to pay for roads, to pay for health care, to pay for teachers, to pay for the necessary services that we all depend on. That's why we give our hard-earned tax money. Not for billionaires like Daryl Cates. And I want to tell you, this isn't the first time this has happened. When I was on City Council, we had a guy who owned the Oilers who also wanted a very, very lucrative deal from taxpayers' dollars. His name was Peter Pocklington. And he tried to stare down the City Council and demand millions upon millions of dollars in order to keep the Oilers here. Now, in the end, he got a small deal, nothing like what Cates is doing, but it came with a guarantee that the Oilers would stay for a period of time. Now, I think that we can stand up to Daryl Cates in the way that we stood up to Peter Pocklington. We have to say no to blackmail from billionaires. Now, it's interesting how this deal went down at City Council, because as you know, it was a mysterious deal that was added late at night to the agenda that councillors didn't expect was going to be voted on that night. And not all of the information was made available. But one of the things that was clear is that they are not giving us the full answer on what's in this deal. And they may not even be giving all the information to the city councillors, and that's completely unacceptable. This is our tax money, and we have every right to know every aspect of the arrangements that have been put forward. Something that I was told, though, by one of the city councillors is that behind closed doors, they were told that they had to rush the vote because they needed to make sure that the letter asking for financial support from the provincial government was sent before Ed Stelmach left office. Now, you can read what you want into that, but what I read into that is that Ed Stelmach has already agreed to give $100 million because that's what they want. They want $100 million of our tax money to go to the billionaire Daryl Cates in order to build a private facility. Now, that's one of the other fictions that they've got here, is they're going to call it a city facility. They're going to say it's the city of Edmonton that's asking for the money, and the city of Edmonton is going to own the facility. My friends, that's what's called a legal fiction, because it is actually Daryl Cates' arena. He is dictating what's going to happen there, and he is going to get all of the revenues that arise out of that. And it's being built on his land. In every significant and every real way, Daryl Cates is going to be the owner of this facility, and he's going to earn profits from it. And we shouldn't be giving our taxpayers dollars to support his private business interests. He has plenty of money. You know, he makes lots of money by jacking up drug prices. That should be enough. He doesn't have to come to the taxpayers for handouts. And I think we have to say no. And, you know, it's not the right priority. Here we have a province where we have excessive waiting times in emergency rooms. We have half-empty hospitals that they built around the province that they haven't funded staffing for. People can't get surgery in a timely fashion. I had somebody come to my office a couple of weeks ago, and he had lung cancer. He and his wife came. And he was diagnosed 5 months ago and was told it was very early and they had an excellent prospect. But he couldn't get his surgery in time, and it was delayed twice. It was delayed for 5 months. He's just had his cancer surgery, and guess what? The cancer has spread. That is the kind of priority for which we need to be spending money. If we have $100 million, then that man should get better care. We are laying off nearly 1,000 teachers as we speak right around the province. They're getting their layoff notices from their principals or from their school boards in the mail. If we've got $100 million lying around, then we should use it to hire more teachers, to make sure that our kids get a good education. That's why we pay our tax money, and I'm proud to pay my tax money. I'm not somebody who's opposed to paying taxes, but boy, it better be for the things that we all agree our tax money is to be spent for. And that means healthcare, that means education, that means cleaning up the environment, that means a lot of things, building housing and making sure we have safe, livable communities. That's what we pay our taxes for, not for billionaires. The irony in this is that Mr. Cates can afford to build a new arena with his own money. He's a billionaire. He's the only one that I know that lives in Edmonton, but he has a lot of money, and for him to be coming and asking us to take our hard-earned money, it's not acceptable. So I want to send a message to the provincial government, and you can help me send that message to the provincial government, and that is, we don't want our tax money to subsidize billionaires and their private, profitable operations. That's not what we pay our taxpayers' money for. And if Ed Stelmach, on his way out the door, thinks that this is some kind of legacy that he can leave behind for the city of Edmonton, he's making a big mistake. The legacy we want from Ed Stelmach is shorter waiting times for health care, enough teachers for our kids, a clean environment, enough housing so that we don't have homeless people. Those are the priorities that I think represent a legacy that Ed Stelmach should leave behind. And I want to send a message to those people who are running for the PC leadership. Don't think that Ed Stelmach can put $100 million of the taxpayers' dollars into this arena and then leave and nobody's going to be held accountable. Because I can say to all of those people, whether it's Gary Marr or Ted Morton or any one of that gang, you're going to be accountable for this decision, so you better speak up while you still can. Thank you very much.